Good evening. Welcome to the Living Life on Purpose show with your host is Sandy D. Johnson. Today we will have King Charles from the King Charles topic of the week. He is a relationship expert who is here to share with us. And he's also one of the presenters at the My Story, My Journey Unbottled retreat. We just want to welcome him. Thank you so much for joining us. Good evening. How are you doing today?
How you doing, Sandy?
I'm doing great, King Charles. How's everything going with life during this pandemic?
Wow, different, a big different.
Mhm.
it's different, but one thing that we know how to do, we know how to adjust.
Yes, we do. We know that's that resiliency that kick in and the ability to be flexible is what's going to make us be able to make it through. So I want you to tell the audience. First of all, I want to welcome you to the Living Life on Purpose, and I want to thank you for being one of the presenters at the My Story, My Journey Unbottled retreat. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself? I mean, I know you have a fabulous resume and all the great things you're doing to make an impact in the lives of people.
Well, yes. First of all, I'm King Charles. I call myself King Charles. My birth name is Charles Smith. I call myself King Charles. It's because I consider myself and my the way I carry myself, even deep down into my soul of my character, a king, and I carry myself accordingly. It is my brand. It is something that has latched on, was given to me, and I held on to it. But I'm a man. I was born and raised in South Central Los Angeles, and just so I won't have to go through a synopsis of all of that down there. So anything that a person can conjure up in their mind about a black man from South Central Los Angeles, okay, yeah, that's me. Okay, all that came with it. I've done it. So no urban story can impress me or anything like that. It's just that I came to a point of my life where I just became sick and tired, sick and tired of all of it. And I knew something had to change. So I cognitively and spiritually got down and got with the program and done some work on self.
And that self journey is so important. And your journey, like my journey, brought you to Texas. And we thank God
Yes,
you ended up and landed in the great state of Texas. So
yes.
you are a relationship coach. Could you tell me a little bit about what you went about, what made you focus in on being a relationship coach?
Well, I've always through my entire life I've failed at relationships, and I've been married twice and failed both of those. Irregardless of whose fault it was, me as a man, I take full responsibility. Um, I got on social media, I think 5 years ago, 6 years ago, somewhere in there, and it's for the first time ever getting on social media, and I got to roaming around through there, and I began to see reading posts, reading blogs, and different things, and I just seen a brokenness in my people and inside of relationships. So I wanted to help. I'm a protector, and I wanted to help. I was a new man. I was thinking in a different box, and I wanted to do something. I don't know, something inside of me was driving me to do something. So I went on and took courses, you know what I'm saying, to become a relationship coach. Not only that, I'm an avid reader, and I just begin to pick up certain books on relationships and different things like that. And then in that beginning, and back then, you know what I'm saying, going through the dating process, I began to see things that I was reading and reading in these blogs and different things that I was seeing the activity, I was seeing the selfishness, I was seeing the exploitation of body parts or whatever the case may be. I was seeing people, men and women, leading with the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? And it just told me that I wanted to do something. And I'm an advocate for women too, because I've hurt a lot of women in my past. So I utilize my platform to, you know what I'm saying, a portion of my platform to uplift women, uplift queens.
That is awesome. And it sounds like you really take your story, the things you've been through, your failed relationships, and you flip that for a positive outcome to help others. In the retreat, My Story, My Journey is about the power in our stories. When you can tell your story, you've been healed. Healing is beginning or has taken place. And you are letting other people know that they can be victorious in those same areas. What is one of your most challenging experiences that have been imperative to your purpose path?
Wow. Awesome question. First of all, Sandy, you're a great interviewer. It's strange. My most biggest stumbling block, an emotional stumbling block that I had to overcome and get some insight on and get with God on, was when God began to give me this popularity and placing me in certain places. And, because my voice is his voice. It might not come out the way people think that it should come out, because I use that my voice is God's voice. They might not think in their mind, that I don't know about that, because I'll get straight to the point. Sandy, you know me, you've been on my show. I get straight to the point. I'm gonna hit you right in the gut with it. But when I got in there and I began to get on the air and my popularity began to grow, and I had people with me from the beginning, and then I seen something and I stayed prayed up. And I'm staying in God's will to the best of my ability. And I seen where he was leading me, but they just would not move. But I cared about them. But I had to let them go. Mm-hmm. And that was painful for me. And that was one of my biggest thresholds. That was one of my biggest thresholds. But I pulled the lesson out of it. And I don't play like that no more. If I pull you in and you part of the team, I'm going to let you know straight from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? If I move, you move. If I eat, you eat. If I win, you win. But if you sleep, I'm not going to sleep.
That's why it's really important to make sure your circle, the people around you, everybody don't get the vision. But at times in my life too, I realized it's not for them to get it because God gave it to me.
Right.
But you can't have kind of dead weight. My daughter said to me earlier today, she said, I'll be telling people like all the things I want to do, and they say focus on one thing at a time. She said that's in our community. She said other people, I read stories about people 24 that bought and sold 3 and 4 different businesses, and none of them relate to nothing together. So we have to be able to be fluent and have people, and these people are what I call dream keepers. There are people who you can tell your vision, your dreams to, and they're going to cheerlead you on. Then we have something called dream reapers.
I like that.
Those are people. Dream reapers is you could tell them, oh, the sky is blue, and they say, you don't see that rain cloud. So we have to be careful who we share our vision, and we want some dream keepers and not reapers in our life.
Kind of remind me of somebody me and you both know. Yeah, Dr. Cass.
She's a dream keeper.
Yeah, she's a dream keeper.
And those people, you need those to get in your life and just push you. We're going to cut to a brief commercial break. Yes, I have commercials. And we'll be back after this brief commercial break.
Yes, ma'am.
My Story, My Journey is a 2-day experience that challenges women to open up their hearts to God, experience connection with other women, and learn about themselves. It is a call for women from all walks of life to connect deeply with their own dreams and God-given purpose. September 2020. During this world pandemic, we had the My Story, My Journey Unbottled virtual retreat. It was so impactful that we're doing it again. Join us for the winter edition. Move into 2021 unbottled and ready on purpose. Hello, ladies. My name is Sandy D. Johnson, and I am the hostess of the 2020 My Story, My Journey. We have an exciting time planned. Spiritual development, personal development, self-care to move your life towards the purpose that God has intended for you. We figure out how to get your skills, your gifts, and put them all in one. How your story, your journey, your hurts, your pains, your victories and joys all are coming together for the purpose that God intended them for. I cannot wait to see you. Thank you so much for joining us, for staying with us. We're back with King Charles of the King Charles Topic of the Week show, and he's one of the presenters at the My Story, My Journey Unbottled Retreat. We just have a couple more questions for you, King Charles. So the next one, you ready? When you heard that thing, when I said, King Charles, can you be a part of the retreat? My Story, My Journey Unbottled. What was the first thoughts that came to your mind when you heard that unbottled? Hold on.
A little bit about it, and when you told me a lot about it, I was like, okay, then she's seeing something that I don't see, because this retreat is, even when I looked at the flyer, I'm seeing all these women and everything on there, and am I the only man? So I was like, okay, what is this about? And then it just felt good to say, yeah, you know what I'm saying? For not selfish reasons, it's because I'm still here. So who am I to say no, to not share my story? Because I might share my story at the retreat and get to a point to where I think I done healed, but haven't healed. And seeing I can feed my soul.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're the first man that I've ever had at the retreat. And I just kind of move by how God leads me. And when you were talking about relationships, so many women are bound because of hurts from the past from men. So your segment is going to be relationships uncorked. And I want you to just tell your authentic truth. And then these women are going to be able to be moved towards healing and moving towards a place of forgiveness. Because when we walk around and we hold all that stuff in corked up, it's hard to move to a new relationship when you're carrying all that baggage. And I've been guilty of it. It's been things like even now there's some aspects I struggle with. Like when I see this sign, and that means he's cheating, because in the past, A, B, and C equal cheating, when it might not really be. So we have to embrace where we're at and move into healing. And I'm going to be speaking. I'm one of the speakers this year. Usually I'm not a speaker. Usually I just do more activities because I love activities. But I'm actually speaking. A lot of the people that speak, and they're speaking on topics that are outside their comfort zone, areas that God needs them to move in healing on. And this year he gave me a topic. We're all off topic. Rejection. Because I didn't do well with rejection.
That's big.
And I was like, no, God. He said, you can't push other people to do things outside their comfort zone and I not push you.
That's right.
He gave me a whole formula in the rejection. It was so powerful. But you really don't know if healing is taking place until you have a test. And I recently had a test and I could say I passed. My friend was like, I see growth. She's like, you ain't bust nobody's windows out their car. Not that I ever did that. I'm just joking. So can you share with us one way you have been successful in unbottling relationships, your own or others, or like what do you pour into people to help them? Let's just say one or two things that helps relationships to be healthy?
There is two. There's many, but I'm going to share two. Sandy just talked about in your single season, you know, you have to work on you. You got to dig down in there and do some work. You know, you got to bring all that stuff down in there, bring it up to light, and put it out there and put it in the light so it can lose its power. See, that's what Sandy was just talking about. You got to bring that up, put it in the light of the day, and let it lose its power. You know what I'm saying? And one of the helpful ways of doing that is saying it to another human being, saying it to your God or whatever the case may be. See, you put it out there and feel what you feel and get to the other side. Now, past that, two things that I'm going to share with you today is this. Women, once you do get to that point and you get back out there, there's a lot of good men. Don't let the social media tell you, newspaper, media, news, or whatever the case may be, tell you there's no good men out there, no good black men. They are. They're out there. That's just the truth. Now, first thing first, you must understand what a man is. Not M-A-N, what a man is, the fibers of a man. And then once you do get into a place to where y'all loving on each other and you know he's feeling you, you must work on preparing a place for him. Let me tell you something about us men. We need a place. We need a place. We look for a place all our lives to be vulnerable. And we're looking for that special someone to be vulnerable around. Not to, but around. You know what I'm saying? We want to let our guards down. We want to just... So you have to prepare a place for a man. Now, men, I'm going to go ahead and hit you in the gut. One of the best things for Charles that I've done is tell the damn truth. Just stop dry lying, because that's all it is dry lying. No rhyme or reason behind it, just dry lying. You know, hey, tell the woman the truth. If you don't tell a woman the truth, you know what you're doing? It's like putting a gun to her head and robbing her. That's just the truth. Just tell the truth.
It is and I just had an incident where I had to tell a person, just walk in your truth and let me decide if that's the truth I can accept. Don't play games. We're real grown. We're not like fake grown. Like
I say way past grown.
Way past. We got more years more likely behind us than in front of us. And so, hi Monica. So it's time for us to be real. Like, be real. Monica's going to be at the retreat. Woo-hoo.
What's up, Monica?
Yeah, she is awesome. She lives in Dayton, Ohio. So we're going to close out. I'm going to put you back stage, but hang on, King Charles, while I close out. Hello, everyone. It's not too late to get registered. We right now only have the unguided package, which is a downloadable, fully colored downloadable guide it's like a 40-page guide for you to print out and participate in this $25. You can go to www.mystorymyjourneyretreat.com and jump in. We'll be doing this through Zoom. It's a transparent place. Is a place for you to be transparent, safe, and really move towards healing. So you guys, I want to thank you for joining us. Get registered today, and you guys continue to live life on